Hello, everybody. Happy Monday. My name is Megan Graham, and today I am here to tell you something very, very simple. We are going to talk about the LifeWave patches, and I'm going to answer a question that I have been getting all the time. So, a huge question that I get is, how do I find a LifeWave distributor near me? And whether that's in your country or your city, here is something really important to know. LifeWave is not a company where you need your distributor to be in your country or even in your city. So your distributor or your person who's your consultant can be anywhere, all over the world. Now, if you are a brand partner and you're watching this, there is something important that you should do so that you can help people all over the world, if that is something that you would like to do. You have to actually go into your LifeWave back office, which is your dashboard as a brand partner, and click on your name. It's going to be on the top, and you're going to want to click on your profile, and you're going to see a little toggle that says allow all country enrollments. So once you allow all country enrollments, you are actually able to help people in the United States, in France. I have clients in about 40 different countries. And so you can help people all over the world. Now, of course, the important thing is to actually help them. So that doesn't just mean that they have access to the patches, but also giving them access to your support. So I just want to really just very quickly explain this because this is such a popular question. And this week, I actually had a very, very nice woman from Canada, and she wrote me and said, I really want you to be my brand partner, but I need somebody in Canada because I can tell that you can't sell the patches to me in Canada. And if you don't know this, I am a LifeWave brand partner. I have helped thousands of people at this point to choose the patches that work very well for them personally. I also often hop on the phone with people so we can really talk about what might be best for them. And sometimes I hop on the phone to actually walk people through how to order on the website. Because as great of a product that LifeWave is, their website can be a little bit challenging. And many of my clients are older folks. And even if they're not older folks, people just find that website to be little bit on the confusing side. You may have experienced it yourself, but it's a little Poppy, come here. My dog just wants to get up on the couch. She's so funny. As soon as I get up here, she wants to get up as well, which is nice. You're a good girl. And so first of all, just wanted to say LifeWave has over a dozen distribution centers throughout the world. So when you're ordering through a brand partner such as myself or whoever your brand partner might be, even though you're ordering through one of us, LifeWave is going to take care of your order. They're going to fulfill your order and they're going to ship your order. So your order isn't, for the most part, going to come directly from a brand partner. We handle the actual orders. We help people figure out what they need and what they don't need as well. And then the orders get shipped from LifeWave to your country. So I just want to explain to you, if you are in a different country, and also if you are watching this, please feel free to hop into the comments. If you're a brand partner or if you are a customer, feel free to hop in and just know that you do not ever have to stick to the subject of what I'm talking about. If you want to ask me any questions about anything else, please always feel free to hop into the chat. It's a great time to do it. So first of all, when you come onto the site, you're going to notice that unfortunately, the LifeWave site is going to default to, it's going to say you're shopping with LifeWave. So you always want to change that because if you are shopping with LifeWave Corporate, for the most part, you're not actually going to have a personal consultant or Sasha. No. I have an animal just trying to pull down my light. They get mad right around feeding time and they decide, like little children, to distract me from what I'm doing. So, okay, first order of business, you want to go in here, and if you want to shop with someone all over the world, first of all, I would choose who that person is. So if you are shopping with me, you would put in Megan Graham. And then you would just hit the little magnifying glass. I know you can't really see my phone screen because it's, well, that's funny. I am not sure that it found my name. Let's try this again. That would be interesting if it didn't find my name. Oh, that's so interesting. So I am going to have to call LifeWave because you should be able to search Megan Graham and choose me as your brand partner. So I'm putting it in here. And for whatever reason, let's see if it works this time. You're supposed to be able to, I'm going to see if I can do this backwards. Choose your brand partner. Oh, there I am. It's working now. Okay. And so then you choose your brand partner, and it doesn't have to be me. It can be whoever told you about the patches, whatever friend, family member, colleague told you about these. You want to put their name in there. So that is really, really, really important so that you are linked to that person. And so hit the shop button. It will open up the website. Now at the very top, if it is not tuning into your country, you're going to want to, if you're on a mobile, you'll see 3 little lines. And let me see if I can get this to actually show you. So you're going to want to click on the 3 little lines. And when you click on those lines, it's going to say shop, our story, opportunity, contact us. Down there, this is really confusing. And excuse the crying in the background. This is part of what happens every time I share. So see where it says United States, you click on that. And when you click on that, you're going to see a drop down, which shows you, sorry, but it's not focusing. It shows you every single country that LifeWave is in. So if your brand partner is able to sign up people, as I am, all over the world, you can choose your country and you can choose your product. And if you have a brand partner that is helping you to order, usually they can actually, if you have any questions at that point, they will walk you through it. So basically, you can work. It is not any different or more expensive to work with a LifeWave brand partner who does not live in your country. So I work with people in the United Kingdom, in Canada, in Singapore, China, Japan, gosh, all over the place. So if you are a brand partner, though, very, very important that you do turn on that little toggle. I'm not sure of why LifeWave doesn't have it set up. It's that, basically you can help people in every country. It could be because maybe some people are more comfortable communicating with folks in other countries or something of that nature. One important thing to note is that if you are helping people in other countries, every single product that LifeWave makes is not available in every country. So if you're helping someone in London or you're helping someone as a LifeWave brand partner in Canada, you're just going to want to make sure of exactly what LifeWave is offering, because things can be slightly different according to the country. And also compliance can be a little bit different according to the country. For me, the way that I do a lot of my communication is for folks in other countries, and actually for a lot of people in the US as well. I don't know if you guys have used an app called WhatsApp, but we tend to use WhatsApp and make phone calls on WhatsApp because they are free. We also tend to send a lot of voice notes, text messages that way, and even emails as well. So just know one thing, as I was doing my research and talking to my clients in other countries, one thing that I learned is that people are still looking at patches on Amazon in other countries. And I'm sure you guys have already seen some of my videos, but unfortunately the patches on Amazon are, I believe for the most part, they are not authentic. We are not allowed to sell patches on Amazon. So I have spoken to several people that have gotten counterfeit patches on Amazon. So always know that the best way to buy the patches is to buy them directly from LifeWave. The site is a little bit confusing, but if you're looking to sign up with me, always please feel free. My email should be at the very beginning of the description of this video, and I try to add it into the first comment as well. People are usually pretty pleasantly surprised that I spend so much time chatting with them and figuring out what they might need, which is, for the most part, helpful. So if anybody has any questions, please feel free to let me know. I just wanted to do this quickly because I have had this question pop up so much lately, and I'm also assuming that all the back office for LifeWave, if you are a brand partner, you might agree with me that the back office for LifeWave can be a little bit confusing. There's a lot going on back there, and it's not the best organized UI I've ever seen as far as websites are concerned. I think hopefully they're working on that. I'm actually working on building a different portal for my team that's a little bit simplified because I find the back office to be so incredibly confusing for people. So I'm working on that right now, building something for my team. But as far as, just wanted to tell you guys a little bit about what was going on this week as well. And please feel free to hop into the comments. As far as patching this week, I accidentally ran out. I've almost never in my entire career with LifeWave have I run out of patches, but I thought I had ordered the patches about a week ago. And unfortunately, there's one extra step in your order when you're ordering with LifeWave, and sometimes it looks like your order is complete and it's not. So I thought I had patches on order, and then I checked my orders on my back office and realized they didn't have any patches. So I have not had the X39 patches in my possession for about 5 days now. I'm going to make sure never to run out of them again. But because I don't have the X39, I have been switching it up a little bit. Today, I'm wearing the glutathione and I'm wearing the energy enhancer instead of the X39 because I do not have it. It's a patch that I still like. I don't love it quite as much, but it is still pretty effective. What did I want to share with you all while I was on here as well that happened this week? I wish I could remember all of my comments, but I'm just going to quickly look through my YouTube questions because I think I saw a few extra questions that I wanted to share with you as well. This is an interesting one. Somebody said, this is about the patches. They said, it seems that people who have received cortisone for a long time do not have any effect. I've never heard that before. I would say that by the time you are taking cortisone, you probably have a lot going on with your health. My dog has taken that, and by the time she got to that point, things were really occurring with her health and wellness. So I think it's really hard to say. I've never heard that before, but it was an interesting comment. Let's see what else I got this week as well. Somebody also commented in my comments and they said, send me your LifeWave link. If you're ever looking for my link, it's always in the description of this video. So always look in the description. I also I'm going to be doing some more videos sharing about how I have at least partially recovered. I wouldn't say completely recovered from a pretty bad mold exposure. So that is a different live stream that I'm doing, but I've been trying to share some of that information because I know a lot of people don't know what to do after moving out of mold. This person asked, I am having serious skin allergies on my face and my hands. What patches should I use? They said, I'm currently using Eon on my neck and my feet. So that's one of those questions. We as brand partners can't really answer that with patches. If the patches, and I always like to go back to this because if there's one thing that I want to be with my clients and with my audience, that's very transparent and honest about the patches. LifeWave says this again and again, but I think that unfortunately there's so much shared that people expect the patches to be a treatment or a cure. I never recommend patches for any kind of diagnosis. And most of the time, I think this is something that's very recurring for me when I'm talking to people. They will come to me and they want patches for something. It's really important to note that the patches are an extra form of support. They're not your treatment. And I think that if we share or sell the patches as if they were a treatment for something, then people are going to be very, very disappointed. And here's a for instance. I obviously got extremely, extremely ill from several different toxic exposures. And how did I become ill? Inflammation happened. Inflammation tends to be the root cause of a lot of different issues that people have. And I had quite a bit of inflammation. What's really important to note is that I have a doctor that treats me and she has me do all kinds of things. So I'm already doing things, whether it is taking supplements, I have a compounded prescription. She has me do various things to detoxify. And I also use the patches to support my body. What's really important to note is that I do all the other steps. So it's not just, It's not as if I felt unwell, didn't see my doctor, and then just said, I'm only going to wear this patch and hope for the best. Truly, I love to be very, very clear with people that that's not enough. And even if you were to, and I'm not giving medical advice, I'm just being a logical, realistic person, that for our bodies to achieve balance and for us to feel our very best, it's never just one thing. And I get a lot of people. So, for instance, I got a lovely, lovely lady that I signed up this week, and I actually didn't get the chance. I wanted to speak to her before, and I had offered to hop on a phone call with her before, but she signed up, and I didn't speak to her. And she was so sweet, but she said, "I'm so excited about getting these patches. I have, lots of different conditions, and I'm praying that these are the answer to all of my problems." And it's not that I want to be a wet blanket because I love the patches. I think the patches have been an absolute miracle for me. I think they've done so much. I'm 49 years old, and people are usually fairly surprised that I'm 49 years old. And I would definitely attribute a lot of that to the patches. I think they've made a huge difference. That said, I was very quick to say, I'm so excited that you're getting the patches, but I think it's really important that you know that expecting to wear a patch and have, lots of different medical conditions clear up really is not realistic, and it's not the way that the patches are described or sold. And that it's really important to be getting proper medical care, seeing your doctor, and then you could layer in the patches. So I always want to give people real talk about the patches. I want to be realistic because they are wonderful. They have done so much for me, and they've done so many amazing things that perhaps we would think would be impossible for some people. But the common thread that I see with those people is that that's not the only thing that they do. They're taking care of their bodies in a lot of different ways. I've heard it before from other people, and it's something that I feel is very true. That these patches they're a tool. They're a tool in the toolbox. So they're not the only thing. And I would never ever say you should just do these patches and not take care of all of the other things and hope that it will work. And I guess, I don't know how to say it. I'm just a very, not brutally honest, I'm not being brutal, but just a very honest person. And I think that the more realistic that our expectations are when we go into wearing these patches, the more we're going to understand them and know what's happening. If you've ever watched, and guys, if you're on here, I would love to hear from you. If you're enjoying this, if you like these Monday live streams where I come on and I talk about the patches, love to hear from you, where you're from, if you're wearing the patches now, if you have any questions. It's a very, very friendly place, and it makes a big difference when I hear from you. When I come on and I'm basically just talking to myself, it's not the most inspiring time to just come on and just talk to myself. I have a much better time when everybody kind of comes on and, lets me know where you're from, or if you're wearing the patches, or why you're not wearing the patches, if you have any questions. So please don't be shy about coming into the chat, and please do comment because it makes a really big difference for me, and I truly appreciate it. Also, if you can take a moment to hit the thumbs up button, it makes such a big difference for me. It helps YouTube to recommend my content to the algorithm a little bit better. So if you've ever seen David Schmidt is the creator of LifeWave, and I don't think I've seen as many of his talks lately. There were a lot of them on YouTube before, but one of the amazing things about David Schmidt is that he talks about so many different things, not just the patches. And so David really sets the tone for the fact that as wonderful as these patches are, and he created them to do some very amazing things, there are also other things that we need to do as well, such as why he created the supplement, so that our bodies would actually have something to work with for these patches to work. Daryl, hello, Daryl. It's nice to see you. Thank you so much for popping into the comments. I always appreciate that so much. Daryl says going to pop on the Alavita patch, having a blue lotus tea with a pinch of Omis Gold. I don't know what Omis Gold is, but that sounds really interesting. I'm going to have to just look that up because it sounds really, really interesting, and I'm going to put it into my search bar so that I know what it is later. I'm always learning new things from all of you. It changed it to Omis Golf in my phone, so let's change it to Omis Gold. It's still changing the word. Let's see. Omis Gold. Omis Gold powder, is that what it is? It looks like Omis. Oh, there's Omis Gold oil. Or is it Ormus? Did I miss a? Let's see. Ormus. I missed it. Sorry, I missed one letter. Ormus. Darn it. Got to get those eyes worked on. 24 karat gold edible powder. Wow, I'm going to have to read about what this is. That is, oh, I see. I see the word third eye. That's so interesting. Got it. Sounds so interesting. That is a very, so there's the Alavita patches are extremely, extremely interesting. I saw, it's so sad. There was an amazing video that used to be on YouTube. It's gone, but David Schmidt explained the Alavita patches. And when I wear the Alavita patch, I wear it right on my third eye. One thing that I have actually noticed from many of my clients anecdotally is that they have had more vivid dreams and they have remembered their dreams more after wearing the Alavita patch, which is extremely interesting. So I can see why you said something about the third eye. That's where we wear that patch sometimes. And I do think it's had a very favorable effect on my pineal gland. So that's interesting. If anybody has any other thoughts or questions, I would love to hear from you all. I'm also just going to quickly just scan through my YouTube comments because sometimes I see a little bit, I see things that I'd like to address, and it's so much easier for me to say a little something when I am on YouTube. This person said, where do you place patches? Gosh, that's a really open-ended question. I don't think they're on here today. It depends. It really depends on the patch. All of the patches basically have different placements. Many times, I will say, I place my patches right down my back. Why do I do this? Because it is extremely difficult for me to find my patches at the end of the night when I put them in completely different spots. I tend to place my patches, if it's the X39 or the Eon, I tend to place them where I feel like I need the most support. Most of the time, I've actually been feeling better and better, but I tend to basically move my X39 from behind my neck to under my belly button. There's different placements for the patches. I personally don't think we have to get into super fancy placements for these patches to work. They are fairly simple things. And I know that people have a lot of different things where they're going to show you, you have to do it this way and that way. For my clients, it's actually been fairly simple. I don't think it has to be really complicated where we place these patches. We can overcomplicate it, but we really don't have to. Just seeing if there's anything else just quickly to address. Let's see, I won't address that one. So here's another one. These are the kind of questions I get a lot. Unfortunately, I can't answer these because I'm not a practitioner and I cannot give medical advice. This person said, I have been using X39 for 6 months and X49 for 3 months, but I like to know, can I take Omega and my macular degeneration supplement? Thanks. We can never answer that for you. That's a doctor question or a practitioner question. Some people may or may not know this, but as regular folks that are not acting as a practitioner, for people, we can't give medical advice. So I can't answer things like that. That's definitely a medical question and not a question that you would just want a random person from YouTube that one isn't a doctor and two doesn't know your medical history to answer. But that is, call your doctor and find out for sure. And this was interesting too. I had just spoken about starting last week. I did something talking about how it's great to start the patches more slowly, how we can wear multiple patches. Absolutely. There's nothing wrong with wearing multiple patches, but that it tends to be overdoing it when we do that at the beginning. And I had someone come on and say that that's what she tends to do. She wears a lot of patches at the same time initially as she's starting things and actually doesn't feel as well. So it goes back to just going a little bit more slowly. Also, I think it was the week before, we talked a little bit about brand partner packages. And for those of you that are brand partners, you can be a brand partner whether you sell or share. You don't need to. You can do it just for the discounts. And one of the things that I shared the other week is that if you are a brand partner, you can actually upgrade through all the different enrollment packages, which means the deals get better and better the bigger the package is, but you don't have to buy a big package all at once. You can kind of buy it as you go, so you don't have to make a big investment in the beginning, and you don't ever have to upgrade. But if you want the good pricing and you're a brand partner, just know that in the store it's going to say upgrade kits, and you can upgrade your enrollment right there. Daryl says, I have not used in a while. The patches seem to work much better. Do you mean the patches seem to work better with the supplement that you're taking, or the patches seem to work better now than they did before? I actually have a lot of comments. I did a hair video recently, so I had a lot of comments on that. Anyway, I won't go too into everybody's comments, but just wanted, oh, that's good. Daryl says it works better with the gold. I'll definitely have to check that gold out. Thank you so much for sharing, Daryl. Well, it's nice to have you guys on today. It's kind of a quiet YouTube, so I think I am going to just hop off a little bit early and go take my dog on a walk. Feel free to drop any comments into this live stream as well. And don't forget, if you are a brand partner, go into your back office and you can change it so that you can help people in other countries as well if you would so desire to do so. If you have any questions after, please let me know. And if you are looking to, whether you're looking to sign up for LifeWave or if you just want to find out if it's right for you, also please feel free. If you are a new client and you're interested in finding out if you might like to work with me, feel free to email me. My email is in the description. It is megangrahambeauty@gmail.com. I do get back to all of my emails. So if you email me and I email you back, please take the time to answer me because I answer every single one of those emails. It was very nice to be on here today. I will be back on next Monday, and hopefully it won't be with, where we can buy LifeWave patches, etc. But I feel like it's been very interesting. I've been getting so many different emails. Even last week, I got an email from someone saying, oh, I can get the patches for half price on Amazon. And I can't stress this enough. Unfortunately, there are tons of counterfeit patches on email or on Amazon. When we sign up as brand partners, one of the most important things in that agreement is that we cannot sell these patches on Amazon and we will immediately lose our account. So as much as it seems like wonderful to get something for half price, trust me, if I could get real patches for half price, I would get them as well. They're not real. There are good ways to get cheaper prices on the patches, and that's one of the things that I go into with people, teaching them how to save the money that they can save because everything is expensive these days. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope everybody has a beautiful day, and I will talk to you next week. Thank you.